If you're watching this video right now, you need to take a moment to consider, are you truly prepared for when grocery shelves start to empty out faster than any of us could have anticipated? By December, essential items like bread, canned goods, and other basic staples might just slip out of reach unlike ever before. With rising costs, crop failures, and devastating natural disasters like Hurricane Milton that have now ravaged key agricultural regions, the situation is only escalating. It's vital to recognize that this isn't merely about adverse weather or slow supply chains. There's a major shift happening behind the scenes, with corporations and the government positioning themselves to secure supplies, potentially leaving the average consumer in the dust. In Asheville, North Carolina, for example, whole areas are still isolated, with relief efforts stalled, leaving vulnerable communities at risk. Don't wait, act now. In this video, I'll walk you through the top 20 grocery items you must secure before they're gone. Coming in at number 1 is a true underdog in the kitchen world, vinegar. You might only know it as that humble bottle sitting in your pantry, but vinegar is about to become your go-to survival tool. Let's dive into why this versatile staple is more critical than ever. First off, vinegar is not limited to enhancing your culinary creations. It's a cleaning powerhouse, a preservation champion, and a natural disinfectant. It's the secret weapon you never knew you needed, seamlessly handling everything from pickling and salad dressing to sanitizing surfaces. But here's where it gets interesting. The acidic acid necessary for vinegar production is currently facing unprecedented shortages. With production facilities shutting down due to soaring costs and tangled supply chains, vinegar might soon be harder to find than a needle in a haystack. This looming vinegar drought isn't just affecting the go-to white variety. Apple cider vinegar, balsamic, and even the gourmet wine vinegars are on the endangered list. Picture trying to keep your pickles crunchy, your counters spotless, or your vinaigrettes tangy without this liquid gold. As we speak, prices are creeping up, and soon, even the most dedicated vinegar enthusiasts could find themselves longing for a single drop. Don't let this impending shortage catch you off guard. Remember, forewarned is forearmed. Now is the time to head to your local grocery store and stock up while you still can. Ensuring you have these vinegar essentials now could save you a lot of trouble down the line. Whether you need it for cooking, cleaning, or any of vinegar's myriad uses, it's better to act now before the shelves are stripped bare. Trust us, you'll thank yourself on the other side of this vinegar vanishing act. 2. Sugar. Hey everyone, this is your wake-up call about sugar. This isn't just about your dessert cravings or a bit of sweetness in your coffee. The sugar crisis is coming, and it's a big deal for your kitchen arsenal. Right now, we're standing on the edge of a sugar scarcity that could shake up everything, from your favorite baked treats to those daily convenience foods you rely on. Let's dive into what's happening. Brazil, which usually tops the global sugar production charts, is battling severe droughts. These droughts are not just trimming the harvest, they're practically bulldozing fields before they even get a chance to yield any crop. Meanwhile, over in India, we're seeing a completely different disaster. Massive floods are literally washing away half of their sugar output. It's like a battle between fire and water, and unfortunately, sugar is caught in the crossfire. But the supply chain saga doesn't end there. The logistics of shipping have turned into chaos. Shipping fees have rocketed by over 200%, assuming you can even secure a cargo ship amidst the logistical snarl-ups. Imagine a world where getting sugar is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Prices are likely to shoot through the roof, doubling or even tripling. The grocery aisle without sugar, it's a vision that might soon become reality unless you act now. So, what's the game plan? Stockpile sugar like it's the new gold. Add it to your must-buy list before December hits. Because when supplies drain and prices surge, you'll be grateful for this preparation. This isn't about scare tactics, it's about being smart and proactive. Load up before it's too late. 3. Coffee lovers, brace yourselves. Attention to all coffee enthusiasts, the coffee situation is evolving, and not in our favor. The simple pleasure of your morning brew is facing an unprecedented challenge, and it's not just about those artisan lattes with extra foam at your neighborhood cafe. We're talking about an impending transformation where your beloved everyday coffee might turn into a high-priced luxury. The Earth's coffee havens, Brazil and Colombia, which supply the majority of our beans, are reeling under severe climate conditions, droughts, and frosts that have ravaged once plentiful fields. These devastating events have obliterated entire harvests, reverberating through supply chains all the way to our shores here in the U.S. But there's more to the story. We're witnessing a dramatic surge in shipping costs, and coffee companies are desperately maneuvering to secure vital bean shipments. This isn't just a transient supply chain disruption, it's an evolving crisis. The coffee prices you're seeing tick upwards now are merely the beginning. Before long, they're expected to skyrocket, potentially forcing consumers to rethink their coffee consumption entirely. Imagine entering your favorite store, looking for your regular coffee blend, only to find bare shelves. When they are restocked, prepare yourself for sticker shock. Prices may inflate to 2, 3, or even 4-fold. If you're one of those who can't envision a single morning without your caffeine ritual, heed this advice: act fast and stockpile your favorite coffee beans and grounds now. They might remain affordable for a short window, but soon they could transform into a rare and expensive indulgence, leaving your daily coffee habit hanging in the balance. 4. Stock up on pasta before it's too late. Ladies and gentlemen, pasta lovers everywhere, this is your wake-up call. The pasta aisle, a staple of comfort and convenience, is under threat. You thought pasta was a constant, right? Well, think again. With a looming global wheat shortage, the days of effortlessly grabbing a box of your favorite spaghetti or penne might be coming to an end. What's driving this chaos? For starters, Kansas, known as the pulse of American wheat farming, has suffered a staggering $1 billion in crop losses this year alone. But the issue doesn't stop there. Italy, the pasta capital of the world, along with other significant wheat-producing countries, is grappling with catastrophic floods and severe droughts. Together, these disasters are pushing global pasta production into a downward spiral. So, is it really possible that pasta could vanish from our shelves? It's already happening. Prices are sneaking upwards, and soon those once brimming shelves might look more like a barren wasteland. And even when pasta rolls back in, brace yourself for shockingly high prices, possibly 5 times what you're paying today. Imagine the horror: no pasta when you're scrambling for a quick, satisfying meal. In these unpredictable times, pasta is more than just a comfort food, it's a pantry powerhouse with incredible shelf life. Act now, stock up while prices are still somewhat sane, and secure your stash of this culinary lifesaver. Miss this window, and you might just find yourself facing the pasta apocalypse. Don't let this staple slip away. Act now and ensure you've got plenty before the year ends. 5. Canned soups and stews. Imagine this: a chilly winter evening, snow falling outside, and you're craving a warm, comforting meal without the hassle of cooking from scratch. That's where canned soups and stews come in, and trust me, these staples are set to become your kitchen superheroes in the coming months. We all know the convenience they offer today, but what you might not realize is that they're about to become more than just easy meals, they're about to become essential. Here's why you need to act fast: the prices of vegetables, meats, and even the materials needed for packaging are skyrocketing, leading to an impending decline in availability. We're not just talking about specialty brands. This shortage will impact all kinds of canned soups and stews, from classic chicken noodle to hearty beef stew. With ongoing crop failures, limiting ingredients, and meat shortages pushing production costs to new heights, these quick fixes for meals may soon vanish from shelves altogether. Picture walking down the grocery aisle only to find bare shelves where these beloved cans once stood. Those few cans that are left? Their prices may soon double or triple. Don't let the small decisions today lead to big regrets tomorrow. A pantry stocked with canned soups could be invaluable, especially when fresh ingredients become scarce and the hassle of preparing a meal becomes overwhelming. By securing your supply now, you're not just preparing meals, you're preparing peace of mind. When the weather turns and a warm, nutritious meal is just a can opener away, you'll be grateful you planned ahead. 6. Stock up on toilet paper before it vanishes again. Toilet paper, something we all took for granted until 2020 caught us off guard. Remember how it vanished from shelves overnight, leaving us in a bit of a panic? Well, brace yourself, because history could be repeating itself sooner than you think. As unbelievable as it may sound, the humble roll of toilet tissue is poised for another disappearing act. And this time, it's going to be even harder to find in stores. Why the fuss, you ask? It's a perfect storm of issues. Paper mills are struggling to keep pace with the overwhelming demand, and the cost of raw materials has skyrocketed. As if that wasn't enough, the global shipping industry is experiencing significant delays, meaning restocking has become a logistical nightmare. So if you think you can stroll into a store and load up your cart at your leisure, think again. Early indicators point to a supply chain on the brink, poised to buckle under the slightest hint of panic. We've already noticed prices starting to rise, and experts warn that costs could soar to double or even triple the current price per pack. Imagine paying a fortune for something so basic. So before the next buying frenzy hits, make sure to stock up on toilet paper. You'll thank yourself later when the shelves in every store are empty and everyone else is scrambling. Don't delay, act now before it's too late. 7 vitamins and supplements. In the midst of a looming food crisis, thinking you can survive on just a balanced diet is a risky gamble. Vitamins and supplements are about to become your lifeline, and here's why it's critical to act now. As fresh produce and nutrient-rich foods become scarce, maintaining your health will require more than just good intentions. Your body will need a boost from vitamins and supplements to bridge the nutritional gaps. However, these aren't immune to the current disruptions. The supply chains for necessary ingredients like vitamin C, D, and zinc are faltering under pressure, leading to soaring production costs. Manufacturers are struggling to meet the unprecedented demand, so imagine the struggle when their warehouses start running dry. Prices are steadily ascending, and what seems affordable today may be a luxury tomorrow. A basic multivitamin might soon become a rare commodity, inaccessible for many. The key takeaway? Act before it's too late. Now is the critical juncture to stockpile these health-supporting essentials while they're still available. Once the marketplace is depleted, those who prepared will have their health defenses secured with a cache of crucial vitamins, fortifying their immune systems against the unpredictable future. Prioritize your well-being by stocking up today, ensuring you have a nutritional backup plan when shelves empty and health resources tighten further. This isn't just a recommendation, it might soon be a necessity. 8 crackers and chips. Crackers and chips, those trusty, go-to snacks that seem to have a permanent spot in our pantries. But here's the twist, they're on the verge of becoming rare commodities. You might think these crunchy delights are always just a trip to the store away, but that's about to change and you need to act fast. Why the sudden scarcity? It's all rooted in the very ingredients that make these snacks irresistible. The first culprit is the ongoing global grain shortages. Essential grains like wheat and corn are facing unprecedented droughts, floods, and other disruptions, putting the squeeze on these pantry staples. When farmers can't grow enough, producers can't keep up with demand. But it's more than just the grains. The oils that give chips their light, crispy texture, and the packaging that ensures freshness on the shelf are also taking a hit. The supply of cooking oils is dwindling due to multiple disruptions around the world, while packaging costs are soaring thanks to skyrocketing material prices. And if that's not enough, recent transportation bottlenecks mean delays in getting products from factories to your local store. Imagine walking down the snack aisle and seeing row after row of empty shelves where your favorite crackers and chips once stood. And even if you do find them, brace yourself for significantly higher prices. The time to stock up is now, before the December rush leaves these snacks even harder to find. Don't wait until it's too late, add crackers and chips to your shopping list today. 9 frozen vegetables, a vanishing staple? Frozen vegetables often are go-to for quick and easy meals are facing a crisis that could soon make them disappear from store shelves. But what's causing this potential scarcity? Let's break it down. The freezing industry is currently under immense pressure. The infrastructure responsible for freezing, storing, and transporting these veggies is stretched thin. Meanwhile, the impacts of climate change are hitting agriculture hard, with droughts, floods, and extreme heat devastating crops across the globe. This has led to some of the poorest harvests we've seen in decades, resulting in fewer veggies reaching the freezing plants. Moreover, there's the issue of energy costs. The vast freezers required to preserve these veggies are incredibly energy-consuming, and with energy prices skyrocketing, the cost of production is increasing dramatically. This means by the time frozen vegetables reach the store aisles, they could be significantly more expensive, if they're available at all. Picture walking through your grocery store, expecting to pick up your favorite frozen peas or broccoli, only to find that the freezer sections are bare, or that prices have jumped to staggering levels. This isn't just a potential inconvenience, it's a signal to act now. Consider stocking up on your favorites before December rolls around and demand increases further. In this climate, having a stash of frozen vegetables could mean the difference between a convenient weeknight meal and a missing component in your cooking plans. So, be proactive and ensure your freezer is stocked with these versatile essentials before they become a grocery store rarity. 10 instant noodles. Instant noodles have been a beloved staple for countless Americans, providing a quick, affordable meal solution for years. But hold on to your grocery list, because these budget-friendly packets of convenience may soon become a rarity on the shelves. The root of the crisis? The critical component in instant noodles wheat is facing unprecedented challenges. Severe weather events such as relentless droughts, devastating floods, and unpredictable climate changes are severely impacting wheat crops both in the U.S. and across the globe. With a combination of environmental calamities and soaring production and transportation costs, factories are under immense pressure to meet consumer demand. Without immediate intervention, a massive shortage looms on the horizon. Imagine heading to your local store only to find the aisles bare, your go-to 50-cent packet climbing to a shocking $3, $4, or even $5. This isn't just about a quick meal for many. Instant noodles represent a survival fallback, a reliable source of sustenance when other food supplies dwindle. 11. Salt, unassuming yet essential. You might take it for granted now, but salt is poised to become a hot commodity, and I'm not exaggerating here. Let's delve into a deeper story that illustrates just how vital this everyday item is about to become. Right now, you might think of salt just as that humble sprinkle on your food, but believe me, its importance stretches far beyond flavor enhancement. Think of all the ways salt serves you, from preserving and curing food to its crucial role in cleaning and even in some medical applications. But here's the twist: global supply chain upheavals are threatening its availability, making it one of the hardest-hit essentials. Natural disasters, like unprecedented flooding in salt mines in regions such as Louisiana, have staggered production. Add to this the shipping delays we're seeing across the globe, and the math spells trouble for our salt supplies. Before you brush this off, consider the scenario: a rapidly thinning supply. Imagine reaching into your pantry, only to find there isn't a single granule left and stores have empty shelves. Not only will your favorite dishes lack their usual kick, but more importantly, the absence of this multi-purpose wonder could impact food preservation and daily hygiene. Here's my advice: don't just casually toss a pack or two into your grocery cart. Start seriously stockpiling. As prices soar and availability dwindles, you'll be relieved to have your stash. Next time you see it cheap, grab it, because soon enough salt might just outshine its price in gold. 12. Peanut butter. You might think peanut butter is just an average snack, but it's on the brink of becoming a luxury item. The peanut industry is facing a perfect storm of challenges, and if you're a fan, you'd better pay attention. Unlike other crops, peanuts need specific growing conditions, and the hotspots for their cultivation, primarily in the southeastern United States, are under siege. These regions have been battered by extreme weather events, devastating heat waves, relentless droughts, and uncontrolled flooding. The result? Acres of peanut fields have withered away, leaving farmers no choice but to contemplate giving up. This crisis extends beyond U.S. borders, as global peanut production is also plummeting. What used to be a staple pantry item is now on the verge of a major shortage. It's not just about availability; costs are soaring at every stage of production. High inflation is putting pressure on production expenses, from seed to harvest. Compounding this issue are skyrocketing transportation costs, making the logistics of getting those golden jars of peanut butter to your supermarket shelf even more daunting. Imagine walking down the grocery aisle next month only to find that the $3 jar of your favorite creamy treat has ballooned to $10 or worse. It's not there at all. This is not just about potential price hikes, it's about scarcity. Peanut butter, a once common kitchen companion, could become a rare delicacy. Whether you love slathering it on toast, using it as a key ingredient in your cooking, or counting on it for your essential dose of protein, you need to act now. Stock up before the price spike hits, or prepare yourself for a life without peanut butter on demand. This is your fair warning: buy those jars while you can. 13. Spices and herbs. Do you think spices and herbs are mere luxuries for your kitchen? Think again. In the face of the current food crisis, these aromatic treasures are becoming essential to transforming bland meals into delicious feasts. Here's the harsh reality: our beloved spices are disappearing at an alarming rate. Extreme weather conditions and global political instability have created havoc in the spice industry. Severe droughts in major spice-producing regions like India and Mexico have devastated crops. Even when spices make it to shipping ports, they're losing precious time stuck in bottlenecks, waiting for their turn to be unloaded. This has led to price spikes for spices that were once affordable. Those small jars that used to cost a couple of bucks? You'll start seeing price tags that read $10, $15, or even higher. And that's if you can find them at all. If you think you can simply ride out the shortage, think again. In a matter of months, even the most basic spices like black pepper and garlic powder could vanish from shelves. So what can you do to ensure your meals don't lose their savory essence? Stock up while you still can. Buy those spices and herbs before the situation worsens and they become as rare as hen's teeth. 14 energy bars and protein shakes. In today's fast-paced world, energy bars and protein shakes have become staples for anyone needing a quick, on-the-go boost. They're the portable powerhouses of nutrition that many rely on. But here's a wake-up call: these handy items are at risk like never before. Why? The very foundation of these products' protein sources, such as whey and soy, are under siege. Extreme weather patterns have wreaked havoc on crops, and rising feed prices are pushing costs even higher. Particularly in the Midwest, soybean yields have plummeted to unprecedented lows, leading to a scarcity of the raw materials essential for manufacturing protein powder. The implications of this are significant. As production grapples with these challenges, both energy bars and protein shakes are becoming difficult to find on supermarket shelves. And we're seeing prices soar beyond expectation. What once cost you $2 or $3 could skyrocket, potentially hitting the $10 mark, or worse, disappearing entirely from store aisles. Imagine reaching for your go-to quick snack after a demanding workout or during a busy day, only to discover it's no longer available. With looming food shortages, this scenario isn't as far-fetched as it might seem. The reality is stark yet clear: these convenient nutrition solutions will likely be the first to vanish when the crunch hits. So what should you do? Don't delay. Stock up on energy bars and protein shakes now, before their availability dwindles and prices spiral out of reach. By preparing ahead of time, you'll ensure you have the nutritious necessities to keep you fueled no matter what the future holds. 15. Stock up on baking powder and yeast now. In the world of baking, two ingredients reign supreme when it comes to making bread, muffins, and pastries rise to perfection: baking powder and yeast. But here's the shocking truth: these essentials are on the brink of becoming scarce, and it could spell disaster for your culinary creations. You may have stocked up on all the flour you could need, but without these two leavening agents, your efforts will fall flat, literally. The underlying issue is a ripple effect of supply chain disruptions that are plaguing industries worldwide. With factories shutting down because of unprecedented energy costs and scarce raw materials, the supply of baking powder and yeast is drying up faster than a hot oven. As these products make their way to the market in limited quantities, they're being snapped up within hours, causing prices to steadily climb. The trickle-down effect makes it a serious challenge to find these two humble yet vital ingredients on store shelves, let alone at a reasonable price. Picture this: you're all set to bake that perfect loaf of bread or batch of muffins for a cozy winter morning, but the moment you reach for yeast, you realize you're out, and so is every store within miles. Even if you happen upon a store that does have some stock, be prepared for the sticker shock, as prices could be double or even triple what you're used to paying. And by the time the unprepared realize they too need to stock up, the situation will likely have worsened. For bakers and prepared-minded shoppers alike, the writing is on the wall: act now or face the prospect of a breadless December. Ensuring you have a good supply of baking powder and yeast in your pantry now could be the smart move that saves your baking endeavors this winter. 16. Stock up on powdered milk before it disappears. Do you think fresh milk will always be on store shelves? It's time for a reality check. Across the U.S. and beyond, droughts and feed shortages are devastating dairy farms. With these farms struggling more than ever, milk production is taking a significant hit. As demand outstrips supply, the price of fresh milk is surging daily. Enter powdered milk, a pantry essential superhero ready to provide a long-lasting milk alternative for cooking, baking, or anytime you're in need of that creamy goodness when fresh milk is nowhere to be found. But here's the twist that's about to shake up your shopping plans: powdered milk, our stable backup, is facing its own crisis. Factories are battling ingredient shortages, and the surge in global demand is putting the squeeze on availability. In the race to secure powdered milk, you could soon find this staple harder to locate than fresh milk itself. If you're planning to prep your pantry, now is the time to act. With the possibility of powdered milk vanishing from the shelves come December, securing a stockpile today might just save the day tomorrow. Prepare to grab those boxes while you can, because once they're gone, your options might become far more limited. Don't leave your holiday baking or morning coffee hanging. Make sure powdered milk is in your cart before it's too late. 17. Soap and sanitizers. Have you ever thought about what would happen if those essential hygiene products, like soap and sanitizers, disappeared from the shelves? The reality is we could be heading toward that scenario faster than we think. With global supply chains under immense pressure, the raw materials required to produce these everyday products are becoming increasingly scarce. Factories are struggling to obtain even the minimum needed ingredients, and the few supplies they do manage to get are often delayed during shipping. But that's not all. The cost of production is skyrocketing due to these shortages and logistical chaos, creating a perfect storm for a potential hygiene crisis. Reflect back on the pandemic when sanitizers and soap seemed to evaporate from stores overnight. Unfortunately, the current situation spells an even more challenging future. Prices for these hygiene staples are already on the rise, and if you aren't proactive, you might soon find yourself facing exorbitant costs or empty shelves. This isn't just about stocking up, it's about preparing ahead to ensure that you and your family have reliable access to these indispensable products. By purchasing soap and sanitizers before the anticipated shortage intensifies, you place yourself in a better position amidst potential scarcity. 18. Cereal. Picture this: your morning routine revolves around that comforting bowl of cereal, a seemingly basic food that's always in your pantry. But brace yourself, because cereal is on its way to becoming an elusive luxury. Why, you ask? The critical grains that form cereal, wheat, corn, oats, are experiencing severe shortages like never before. With droughts ravaging the Midwest, an essential growing region, and destructive floods throwing crop cycles out of sync, cereal is facing a troubling future. The Midwest is typically known as America's agricultural heartland, but it's currently embroiled in one of the most devastating droughts recorded. This has slashed crop yields, leading to a significant drop in grain supply. Add to this the soaring costs associated with production and transportation, and you'll see why cereal prices have already started climbing. But it doesn't stop there. Visualize walking down the cereal aisle, only to be met with empty shelves and exorbitant prices for the rarely available boxes. Prices could soar to double or even triple what you're used to, and securing this kitchen staple might turn into a monthly scavenger hunt. This situation extends beyond disrupting your breakfast. Cereal is a critical staple in countless households, especially those with children. When you find the cereal aisle resembling a ghost town, you'll wish you'd preemptively filled your shelves. Getting ahead now means staving off future breakfast woes, ensuring your family doesn't miss out on this beloved morning ritual. 19. Canned tomatoes, the unexpected crisis. You might be surprised to see canned tomatoes on this list, thinking they're as reliable as the sunrise. But think again. This pantry staple is now on the brink of becoming one of the most elusive grocery finds. So what's causing this shortage? It's all about California, the heart of the nation's tomato production, which is now grappling with severe droughts and stringent water restrictions. Farmers are forced to abandon vast crops of tomatoes simply because they can't afford the water necessary to nurture them. This dire situation spells disaster for your future grocery shopping trips. Picture this: you're whipping up your famous spaghetti sauce or a hearty chili, and suddenly you realize you're out of canned tomatoes. But when you rush to the store, the shelves are bare, save for a few overpriced cans. That's the harsh reality heading our way: a significant drop in supply leading to skyrocketing prices and scarcity. This scenario will disrupt kitchens across the country, hitting all of us who love incorporating these juicy, vibrant tomatoes into our dishes. Now is the time to act. Stock up on canned tomatoes before they become a luxury item. Don't be the one left scrambling to hunt down this essential ingredient when your recipe calls for it, only to find empty shelves or prices through the roof. 20. Baby formula. Parents, this one's for you. Listen up. With an impending crisis looming, baby formula is poised to be one of the first essentials to vanish from store shelves. Cast your mind back to last year's formula shortages. Those were just a preview of the impending storm ahead. Supply chains are tangled in a messy web of ingredient deficits, labor disruptions, and soaring transportation expenses, all conspiring to choke off the supply of crucial goods like baby formula. But here's the twist: it's not just about getting the formula into production lines, though that's harrowing enough. There is also an alarming global shortfall of vital nutrients and proteins necessary for creating these formulas. Manufacturers are scrambling, and many simply can't keep pace with the growing demand. If you think the shelves can hold out, think again. They're destined to be wiped clean, leaving countless parents in a frantic dash to secure sustenance for their little ones. Just picture the nightmare scenario: you're at the store, and the formula that your baby relies on is nowhere in sight. Already prices are inching their way up the scale, but brace yourself. In a blink, you could see them doubled or even tripled if any formula is available at all. This isn't something you can afford to put off. So here's the action plan: start stocking up on baby formula now, while you still can. Such proactive measures may well be the difference between stability and chaos when the inevitable shortages strike.